Hello everyone, welcome to Model Kit Stuff. My name is Jason and it is the 25th of December 2021. And for many people this time of year it's about giving something back to others, and what I wanted to do today was share with you my top 10, well actually top 9 builds of the year, so that if you've not seen them you can go and see them. And that's my way of giving you a little bit of joy at this time of year. So I have 10 channels that I want to very briefly take you to, and we will start at number 10. Now number 10 isn't actually a build, all the others will be, but number 10 is a channel that I think most people will get something out of. If you've not come across this channel, then you absolutely need to go and check it out. The channel is called Airbrush Asylum, and the chap whose channel it is basically an airbrush teacher, not for models but for airbrush artists. But lots and lots of things that he talks about are relevant to people like you and me that make models. Now some of his stuff, his teaching courses, are paid-for courses, but there's so much free content on there that there is something there for everyone, regardless of your experience with an airbrush. I've certainly learned lots from it this year, dipping in and out of his videos as they come out, and he starts with really basic stuff from choosing an airbrush to the air on, paint off, air off, tip for stopping splatter, and all of that sort of stuff. It's all on there. Airbrush Asylum, check it out. It's a brilliant channel, and that's my number 10. So at number 9, I have Ozscale Modeling's build of the Russian ship, the Variag. I enjoyed the build immensely, partly because you don't see many Russian ships being built. It was a totally different period than the sort of the mainstream, and Peter's going through his model building learning curve. So every time he does a build, he's trying something new, coming at it with a slightly different approach, and learning something on the way, which is also quite good fun to watch. So it was just one of those things that you can put on and listen to in the background and have a look at what he's doing. I enjoyed it immensely, so that's my number 9 build of 2021. So my build number 8 of 2021 comes from the Model Shed, and no, it's not the hood, it's the Vulcan. What a brilliant little build that was. So brand new tool, Vulcan. We did a first impressions video of it on this channel, and as it came out the Model Shed got stuck into it. Now what made that build slightly different is, firstly, he was one of the first people to be building the kit, so he wasn't encumbered by other people's views of what is right and what is wrong. But secondly, he used to work on the real thing, so he knows what he's talking about, and for me that just put a little bit of extra level onto that build. So a really lovely build, perfectly executed and well explained throughout. A great build. If you want to see the Vulcan being built and being built well, go and check out the Model Shed. So that was my build number 8 of 2021. So my build number 7 of this year comes from Harry Houdini Models, and he tackled Revell's 1/10 scale Bounty. Now if you want to see how a plastic tall ship can be modelled to look like it was made from wood, that's the build to go and watch. Did an amazing job of it, and it was a real joy to watch. Lots and lots of little techniques that make a massive difference to the end finish. And when he'd finished with all the sails on and rigging and little blocks on, it looked amazing. It was a proper joy to watch. So that is my number 7 build of 2021. My number 6 build of the year was a build aimed at beginners. and actually it was war game figures for beginners, and it came from Gavin Booth, and it's a delightful little series. I myself would like to be able to paint figures better. Painting uniforms and equipment and stuff like that isn't really a problem, but I'd like to elevate my final finish. Painting flesh and flesh tones and getting the appropriate shadow and stuff without just doing a wash and dry brushing it, that is something I need to get my head around. As I've got a few dioramas planned, I want to increase my ability to do a proper good figure. So I've been following Gavin Booth's channel for a little while, and what Gavin does is he takes all the learnings from lots of other channels that he follows, and then it all funnels down into his. So you don't need to watch all those others, you just need to watch his. And he talks a lot about what he's doing, what he's thinking, why he's doing it, how others might approach it. So you get the full understanding of what's going on as he does it, and he's painting it really close up so you can see what's going on. In fact, quite often close up it doesn't look as brilliant and as perfect as it does when he actually gives you the total shot of the full figure, and you can go, oh wow, now I see what you were doing. It's a great little build series. So if you want to improve your figure painting skills, go and watch that. Really, really good. Enjoyed that, and that was my number 6 of 2021. So at number 5 is Nightshift and his build of Tamiya's 1/48 scale Crusader Mark III tank. So tanks are done to death, but not 1/48 scale, and not the Crusader. And I don't know why, because like he says, it's a proper cool looking tank. So he's done it in desert scheme, and for me, Nightshift is one of the most competent modelers on YouTube, and he really goes about it with confidence, but he's not afraid to do things that other modelers might say you shouldn't do. So he will use power tools on plastic, and he will use super glue where others would use liquid poly, but his results are always amazing. Now that build really stood out for me because it was a little bit unusual, and as always it was a total joy to watch. I like his style, there's a little bit of a comedy edge to what he does, but he at the same time does a really great build explaining to you what he does, and the photography of it is really good as well. So always a joy to watch, but that particular build really stood out for me. So that is my number 5 build to go and watch from 2021. Now my 4th place build of 2021 was such an amazing build. I proper enjoyed it, so much so that I very nearly went out and bought the kit. In fact, I'm still thinking of going buying the kit. So he did a US Bulldozer, and it was rims models. And he is an absolute expert when it comes to weathering. He does really complex weathering that other modelers would end up making it look like it was a bit over the top. But he does know when to stop, and he does know how to go about it. So he's got dirt, he's got wear, he's got effective elements, he's got rust, and he knows where to put it, and it ends up with something that is incredibly lifelike. And his Bulldozer build, because it was bright yellow, all this weathering stood out, and my gosh, it was a beautiful thing when he'd finished it. An absolutely beautiful thing. I don't know why he doesn't have more subscribers than he does, but go and check it out if you didn't see it. Rims Models US Bulldozer. Beautiful, a beautiful thing. So we're in my top 3 builds of 2021 now, and in 3rd place for me came Brett G with his beautiful build of the 1/48 Tamiya Swordfish. For me, it's a really lovely subject. The model, I built it myself. It's a really lovely model, and as always, the way Brett G went about it was absolutely phenomenal. It's a really calm, laid back and very considered approach to building. Very, very clean build, easy to follow, easy for other people to follow. And if you're ever going to build a 148 Swordfish, that's a must-have series of videos to watch before you get stuck into it, and probably as you go through the build. Now, I have the Tamiya How to Put It Together book, and I think Brett's videos were better than that book. The end result was absolutely beautiful. He takes you through it. He doesn't mind telling you when things don't work or when things that he's tried doesn't work. But the build was absolutely phenomenal, and that was my third place build of 2021. If you didn't see it, go and check it out. So my number 2 build of 2021 is an absolutely phenomenal build. A phenomenal build. It's a proper big build series of Revell's 1 to 350 scale Turpitz that we've reviewed as a first impressions this year. He's not just taken it to the next level, he's just gone stratospheric with it. When I come to build mine, if I build it even half as well as he's built his, I'll be over the moon. It's an amazing build. I'm not sure I'm going to pronounce this right. I think it's Ebroni, something like that. Anyway, all the links to these will be at the bottom of the video, so do check them out. Now, his build of the Turpitz is a real joy. I end up watching each video several times, partly because it's one of those where it's music rather than talking, and then there's subtitles along the bottom that's telling you what he's doing, which means you're reading it and missing what he's doing, so you don't have to go back and watch what he's doing, having understood what he's doing. But it's absolutely worth it, because he really knows what he's doing, and he does a lot of scratch building. He's doing it fully weathered, and he's doing it from the point of view of being an artist. So his painting skills are just as good as his building skills, and I think that's quite rare in a modeler. Usually you've got a strength in one over the other, because generally you've got an interest. For me, it's building. Painting's an evil thing that I have to do, but other people, it's the painting, and the building's the evil thing they have to do. This guy completely immerses himself in both, and it really shows on the end product. It's a beautiful, beautiful build, and if you only watch one build all year, that might be the one to watch, unless, of course, you're interested in what was my favourite build of 2021. What could possibly be better than that Turpitz? So my number 1 build of 2021, my favourite build to have watched throughout the 2021 is, it absolutely has to be the historic ship Pinter, built by, now I'm going to try and pronounce this right, Bolha Bachvarov. I think that's how you pronounce it. And this is a wooden model kit by Amati. Now this lady, she's amazingly talented. She's an architect by profession, and she has 2 hobbies: building wooden model ships and photography, and she combines the 2 to make absolutely masterful videos. Not just the videos are good, the models are absolutely sublime. I think she's the best wooden ship modeler on YouTube, personally. What she does brilliantly, cleanly, and she condenses it into these videos. It's just sublime. Absolutely brilliant. It's complete brilliance. I absolutely love what she does, and this model for me, she wrung every little beauty out of that kit, and turned it into something absolutely stunning. It's a proper miniature of the real thing, faultless and a real thing of beauty when it was done. So you must go and check her channel out. Her style is to have some music going and show you what you're doing. There's no real commentary to it, but it's easy to understand what she's doing and why, and they're just a joy. You can't listen to them, you've got to watch them, and you really need to anyway. Beautiful, beautiful video series. And really hard to choose that one because all her other builds are so wonderful as well. But the Pinter, when it was finished, yeah, a work of art. And if you haven't seen it, not come across her channel, even if you think that wooden models aren't for you, that is still something to go and watch. It's amazing. That was my #1 build of 2021. So there you go. That's 9 builds, 10 channels. Go and check them out if you haven't done already or if you're not aware of them. All of those builds for me are the best of the ones that I've watched. There may be something I've missed. If you think there's another build out there that perhaps I should make sure that I've seen if I haven't, by all means put it in the comments below and I will go and check that out. It's good to pass things forward. So the only thing that remains for me to say is have a Merry Christmas everyone. Look after yourselves, enjoy your modelling, and I will see you very soon next year. Bye. No, I'm not putting reindeer antlers on. Absolutely, it's not happening. No, go away.